a little bit, but for tomorrow, it's pretty much standard.
Soon to be divided into his and hers. And now, America's songbird, Dave.
I think this is fairly odd. A spokesman, now listen to this, a spokesman this morning for West Germany announced that there will be no reunification unless East Germany signs a prenuptial agreement. So, excuse me, just a minute. Excuse me, folks, very quietly, very carefully, arise from your seats and get out of here as fast as you can. There's some kind of animal about to jump into your lap. Don't, oh my God, there it is!
It's just your coat.
Oh, thanks, Paul. Okay. It's only a coat. You know, there was quite a shocking story in the New York Post today. There are, I believe now, confirmed reports that ever since Donald Trump has separated from his wife, Ivana, he's been living at the Y. And I guess, as you know, yesterday was President's Day, and according to a White House source, a confused Dan Quayle spent the entire day walking around the White House asking people if Lincoln saw his shadow. It's only a coat? Is that what it was?
It's just her coat.
Oh, my God. I thought for a second it might have been a rabid mongoose about to jump into your laps and, well, come to think of it, that is rabid mongoose. It's a nice coat. On the program tonight from 30-something, creating our own weather here in the studio. It's about a 14-knot gale.
Yeah, right where you're standing, yeah.
I'll stay for Paul.
Evening, sir.
My cold nearly gone.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Your
Thanks
cold is better?
Paul, when are the big Grammy Awards? Are they tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, I believe, yeah.
So, and you've been nominated for two of them.
I've been nominated.
But you're not going to the Grammy Awards?
I'm not going. I figure it this way. Both categories my album was nominated in, those being Best Contemporary Blues Performance by Coco Taylor and Best Instrumental Pop Instrument. They're both pre-telecast awards, i.e. they won't be on the actual television
They give them out at some kind of a luncheon.
They give them out earlier in the afternoon.
Well, that stinks, doesn't it?
So I figured if I stay here I know I'm going to be on TV, so I'm going to stick here.
You know, Paul, I got this VCR as a Christmas gift.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and I hooked it up a couple of weeks ago, and it occurred to me now, because I'd resisted buying the VCR, because I always felt like, do you really need to spend more time in front of your television? And, of course, the answer to that would be no.
No.
No, you should be out gardening. So anyway, it finally occurs to me why they're so popular, these VCRs.
What?
You can rent and watch high-quality films in the comfort of your own home. It never dawned on me.
I realized that over the weekend.
Yeah, I made a discovery.
Have you ever thought of going into advertising? Because that is really...
I'll tell you something. Speaking of advertising, also as a Christmas gift, I finally received a subscrition to Sports Illustrated.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I have loved this magazine since I was a kid and have read it nearly every week since then. But I did not have a subscription, and I'd always have to get them here in the office, and sometimes it would be misplaced and dog-eared and so forth. So finally, as a gift, I received a subscription, and it arrived like last week. So it's only two months late. Now, as you know, if you get one of these gift subscriptions, what do you get? That's right, you get the wacky sports video.
Right.
Have you seen them advertised?
Yeah, I have.
And don't they look like they're going to be great fun, and you can hardly wait to get it and shove it into your machine? And just, you know, your sides will be aching from laughing so...
Your favorite humorous moments from the world of sports.
Exactly. So I got the wacky sports video. Now, this is the second volume, so you can look at it one of two ways. Either these will really be wacky, or not quite so wacky, because they've culled over the batch one or two times. So I plugged it in, and it really is lame. See, I thought it, well, as it can only be, it's probably like Marv Albert. You know, it's got to be at least as good as the Marv Albert stuff, which is pretty funny.
That, yeah.
It's not that good.
Not
It's stuff like, you hear the narration, you see a guy drop a football, and you hear a guy in a goofy voice say, uh-oh, he's dropped the ball. Look out, he's running the wrong way. Yeah,
so
90
there's a
minutes
narration.
of that. Yeah.
So there is a wacky narration, so there's something wacky.
But it certainly stinks.
Wacky.
Okay, let's, we got another affiliate up there in, where is it, Syracuse? They're celebrating their 40th anniversary here as a part of the great NBC television family. Paul, do you have a little musical tribute to those folks at where are they? WSTM. There you go. WSTM, Syracuse, New York.
Why, yes, as a matter of fact, I do.
What the hell's going on over there?
WSTM TV is observing an anniversary. For 40 years, they've been happy to be a part of our network's family. I said. Oh, yeah.
If he's not careful, he'll fall on his head. Uh-oh!
Wacky narration.
44 minutes of that.
Yeah.
You know, we're not so far into the new year and not so far into a brand new decade, the 90s, and we thought tonight would be a good time to take a look. You know, when you view a decade unfolding in front of you, you have a lot of hopes. I think we all have hopes, a handful of hopes that we hope will come true one way or the other in our life. And along with the hopes, though, Paul, what do you have?
Well, you have fears.
Exactly. You have the fears.
You can't really have one without the
Exactly. So tonight we thought we would share with you my hopes and also my fears for the coming decade.
These would be your personal hopes then, and also your personal fears.
That's right.
Okay. Lay 'em on.
Here we go. Here's my first hope, that the United States government will find a way to reduce trade deficit with Japan. My fear, on the other hand, we'll have to buy junky American products instead of really good Japanese stuff. Did you hear that, Paul? Loons flew over. A flock of loons just went by.
Really?
Uh-oh, he's hit in the head. My second hope, one day there will be a cure for the common cold. My fear, though, it will involve eating a live raccoon. He walked in front of the batting cage and, uh-oh, he's dead. Number 3, the troubled Trump marriage will reach an amicable conclusion. That's my hope. My fear, however, is that we'll soon be flying the Ivana shuttle. Thank you very much, man. My hope, James Buster Douglas will have a long and profitable career as world heavyweight champion. My fear, that he'll meet Robin Givens. There it is. Here's my hope. Someday a highly evolved alien life will land on this planet, bringing us incredible technological secrets. That's my hope. My fear, however, is the first guy they talk to will be Dan Quayle. That would be... Hope number 6, that one day mankind will find a way to prevent the greenhouse effect. My fear, however, is mankind won't find a way to prevent the greenhouse effect, and Raymond Burr will walk around a lot with his shirt off. Hopes and fears, Paul.
And with every hope, there comes obviously a fear.
Right. Hope number 7, that activists reduce our exploitation of animals for their fur. My fear, however, is that I might have to give up my hairpiece. He's hit in the head with the bat. Oh, no! Hope number 8, Glasnost will increase our cultural ties with the Soviet Union. My fear, more commercials featuring Yakov Smirnoff. The wind got it. the crowd really entertained by sound effects. That's
effects.
interesting. Number 9, my hope former President Reagan will give a detailed summary of the Iran-Contra affair in his videotaped trial testimony. My fear, however, that former President Reagan will give an incredibly detailed highlight of the 1925 Cubs-Giants game. Pretty good, not too bad.
That's not the case. Uh-oh. Fierce.
Number 10, my hope that I have a lasting future on network television. My fear, however, due to a hidden clause in my contract, NBC will force me to play Jethro on a Beverly Hillbillies reunion show. How are we doing? Right on time. Here we go. No. Was that it? Was that the last one? Oh, that was the last one. Oh, that was it. I thought I had the last one, but I don't have the last one. Oh, we got a great show. I couldn't be more honored. Thank you. So, Paul, when I see it in the mail, I say to myself, oh boy, a wacky sports video from Sports Illustrated. I load it in, and there's a, you know, on the beginning of most home movie things you rent or buy or something, there's some kind of a warning from the FBI. Yes. This one has a warning from Interpol. Like, this thing is so wacky, people in Belgium are going to start bootlegging it and stealing it.
So wacky.
And then they have two guys, the editors or the publishers from Sports Illustrated, sitting there in their shirts and ties. They don't even have jackets to introduce the big sports, wacky sports video. It's awfully entertaining. Our first guest on the program tonight plays Elliot on the popular series 30-something and is also in the Academy Award-nominated film Field of Dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is. Welcome back to the show, Tim Busfield. Pretty proud about the nomination for Field of Dreams, huh?
That's a big deal. I mean, that's, you know, I'm like from East Lansing, Michigan. You know, I didn't think there's any way I could even get in a movie in my life, and here I'm like a heavy in a Academy Award nominated. Yeah, I think that's a big deal. You know, and it's a great part, and you know, it's got Darth Vader in it. You know, it's got James Earl Jones in it. It's got, you know, Burt Lancaster, who was such a great heavy in Veracruz, and you know, I'm like from the Ron Howard school of tough guys. You know, I'm not going to scare anybody, and to be a heavy in an Academy Award nominated film, I think that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's very nice. Now, was this the when you were telling us the last time you were here that Burt Lancaster thought you were like with wardrobe or something when you first met him?
I had no idea who I was.
I kind of like that story.
6 months, the guy had no idea who I was. They worked every day. No, it wasn't that bad. He was really, he was very funny. You know, he thought that he thought I was wardrobe. Asked me to take his jacket from him. Take my coat. I said, I'm an actor in this scene. He said, of course you are.
Yeah.
He had no idea.
And in addition to that, of course, things are going well for you on the show, right?
Yeah, 30-something is.
It's like a big deal. The show continues to be like the most popular television show.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's great.
It's great. It's a big hit. You know, it's very. It's controversial, and
you're right in the middle of this controversy, or are you not?
Yeah, this cancer. Yeah, there's this whole thing going on now with Nancy, and
Nancy is your wife.
Plays my wife. Patricia Weddig plays her, and she's been diagnosed as having cancer, and that's like a big deal. A lot of people are sort of jumping all over it, you know, and really getting involved, and they're bringing like the wellness community in to shoot scenes with us and stuff like that.
So is she all right? Is she going to make it through? Is she recovering? Is everything okay?
I hope not. You know, I don't know. I think it's a little less a joke. I was trying to go for a laugh on that. Thank you very much. Please, give me a sound effect on that. No, I don't know whether what they're gonna do with it. They don't ever tell us, and we don't know. And I don't know. It's a big. I have no idea. Now that the joke didn't go over, I don't know where to go with it.
Explain what the joke was there, because
then I'm in serious trouble.
Because you know, when people hear the word cancer, I don't think that, oh boy, wacky sports videos.
No, that doesn't work too well. Well, you know, you try to make light of it, because so many people come up and want to make, you know, they take it seriously. They take the show seriously, so they come up and console me.
Yeah.
And
now, let me get this straight. This is the woman that you were estranged from for a while?
Yeah, I bailed on her. Yeah. You know, that's what I think. And I don't even know if these guys, I think it's more of a woman thing with her, this whole cancer thing. I don't think she's actually got it. I think she's just trying to get even with me.
Maybe.
No, I do. It's true. No, I think it's just her way of paying me back.
Let's just move on. Let's just. What part of the world are you from? Where'd you grow up?
Michigan. East Lansing. I'm a Midwesterner. I spent a year in Arkansas. I spent
Geography majors.
Yeah. I spent a year in Conway, Arkansas, my junior year of high school.
Folks moved down there? Is that what happened?
Yeah, my dad moved down there, and I went down there with him. I thought it'd be a nice change, and it was interesting. You know, it's not a lot of. You see, I'm from like East Lansing, where Michigan State is. Right. So all the Oldsmobile executives and all the faculty, it's like a very wealthy community. And then I moved to Conway, Arkansas, and it was a bit odd. About 30 miles north of Little Rock, and my first day of geography class, there was a girl sitting next to me, 8 months pregnant, big wad of tobacco and no teeth. I thought I was,
really?
No, I swear to God, I thought I was in like some penal institution or something like that. It was kind of awful. I thought, where am I? This is really odd. And about 5 minutes later, I'm looking up at the board, and the teacher turns around, and bam, the spitball hits the board. It's about that big, just smashed on the board. Guy starts twitching a little bit, and about 5 more spitballs hit it, and they're like, they consume the whole chalkboard. This guy's neck starts twitching a little bit, and goes back and reaches in his drawer and pulls out a spatula, takes them and started throwing these things in the trash. It's true, that's Arkansas. These guys are... Who's out there? Who is that?
I don't know. We have a Greek chorus has joined the audience tonight. We have to do a commercial, and then that show. You know who was here a couple of weeks ago was Polly Draper.
Polly Draper, yeah.
She seems like a very nice woman.
Oh, she's
now,
great.
Do you know her, or do you just...
Oh, yeah, no. Actually, as a matter of fact, I directed the episode that's on tonight. She's in it. I directed that, and she's...
You get to direct episodes of your show?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
No,
is
it's
it fun,
a big
or is it
deal.
a lot of pressure?
Well, you know, having Ed Zwick from Glory, no, it's not that much pressure. I mean, you go to school with these guys, with Ed Zwick and Marshall Herskovitz. You don't, you know, you turn your copy into them, and they give your grades back to you at the end of the term.
I don't know what any of this means, but it seems it seems like it would be really difficult to be in it and also direct it.
Yeah,
and then you're directing your co-workers, the people you've known for 2 or 3 years here.
Right.
And is there friction? Do they get upset with you?
No. Actually, everybody's really cool, you know. You got so much dirt on each other, they can't afford it.
Yeah.
You know, can't afford it.
That makes perfect sense.
They can't afford to get too upset at you. No, actually, it's a good group. Everybody has stayed, you know, throughout the course of the show on very good terms, and nobody really gets upset at anybody. Yeah. It's real good.
So anyway, let's go back to your childhood back in Michigan. What kind of kid were you?
I was your basic in trouble kid. I think pushing the envelope a little bit. I got in a lot of trouble. I got in more trouble in Arkansas. Actually, you remember the streaking days? Remember that song that came out back in 1973? Yeah. Well, I thought, you know...
This lasted for a couple of years.
It did. It was a big deal.
People would just undress and then
run through, and they would have rallies.
But, you know, if you think about it, there is brain power at work. You know, I mean, what were we doing then?
No, it was a big deal then.
Oh, yeah, it was huge.
They had a record. It was like to the top of the charts. Yeah. Anyway, I got arrested.
Where did you do it?
I did it in Conway, Arkansas. They had a rally at the local university, and I decided all I was going to do was like moon the crowd, and so I did that, and I got
another good idea.
I was 16. I was trying to impress people. I was new at the school. I got arrested. No, what?
You know that also works great on job interviews.
I'll try that.
Yeah.
I think next I'll go in for a feature film. Mr. De Palma here. Actually, it was a good thing for me though, because they moved me to quarterback the next day. I had like name power now for the high school football team.
But what was, thinking back on it, I'm guessing automatically you were drunk, right?
I think I'd had a couple of cocktails.
Something.
They had those little Millers, you know, those little pony Millers.
Yeah.
I was too young really to you know, I mean,
now,
one
did
beer.
Did friends talk you into it?
Yeah. I mean, well, I was trying to impress, you know. There were a lot of people. I was new at the school. Actually, I think it was my idea.
You were just trying to make friends.
I was trying to make friends. Well, I was just...
So you undress and you take off from... Just give us an idea what we're looking at here. From point A to where are you going? Is this... We're talking about a half mile, 100 yards?
It was probably about 150 yards, except for we got stopped by the car in front of us. And then the crowd swarmed us, and the police swarmed the crowd and pulled me out and sent me to jail.
This wasn't the streaking episode.
That was the streaking, yeah, but I couldn't. I didn't have a car. Yeah, I did it in a car. I thought I was
driving yourself naked down the...
It's a little tricky. You got to have somebody else push the accelerator a little bit. Actually, and then I got thrown in jail, and there was like but to me, because there was already enough of an actor in me, I thought, cool, I'm in jail. This is cool.
No, there's nothing cool about being in jail.
No, really, there isn't. But you think, okay, how do I do this? You know, and I had immediately, like, was walking around like, how you doing? All right, I'm okay. And I asked this guy across me, I said, what are you in here for? He said, murder.
Uh-huh.
I said, okay. And I was like, Dad, can you get my dad on the phone real quick, please? I don't think I like it here at all.
Did you explain to him what you were being incarcerated for?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, he did.
I bet that impressed him, huh?
He was, I think he wanted me.
Started calling you Jennifer.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And you have your family. You have family of your own now, right?
Yeah,
have,
I do. I have a 7-year-old son, Willie, wife Jennifer, and I have a year-old Daisy.
Oh, that's great. Nice names. Now, what's going to happen when one of these guys pulls that same kind of nonsense?
Oh, kill him.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's that big a deal. I mean, everybody kind of gets in a little trouble when they're young, don't you think? Didn't you get in trouble?
Yes, I think there's trouble, and then there's getting arrested. Somehow, getting arrested is just the outer limits of trouble.
Yeah, I'll say.
So anyway, the show is going well, and you're doing great, and congratulations, and
thanks.
good to see you, and good luck for whatever's coming up. Thank you very much. Paul, who's that guy?
That's from the Blues Brothers band, Blue Marini. That's Blue Marini. In other words, Blue Lou Marini.
And he'll be out here when Benny King arrives.
Yes.
Now listen to this, Paul. I'm going to read you the list of guests here. You tell me whose show this is.
All right.
All right?
Okay.
Tomorrow, you can identify the show.
Okay.
All right, tomorrow on the show,
Yeah.
Ed Begley Jr.,
Yeah.
Daytona 500 winner Derek Cope, and fungus expert Dr. Bill Friedman. That's our show.
That's our show, yeah.
I'd say it anywhere.
That's our show.
Oh my gosh. And coming up in this half hour, ladies and gentlemen, we're halfway through tonight's program. So as a courtesy to all of our employees, we will now be taking a brief smoking break. All right, come on in, kids. Here we go. Everybody come in for the smoking break. Light up and get ready. Okay, Hal, go ahead and start the clock. Here we go. All right. Like in the second row. Stands up. It's a big deal. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, Bob, all right. Nice to see you. All right, there it is. Oh, okay, here we go. All right, there it is. That's it. Put them out. Back to work. Thank you, everybody. All right, there's the big smoking break. All right, just... This is quite a party. Well, I had some folks over for refreshments, and we watched the wacky sports video, and now I'm cleaning up.
What a mess they leave, eh?
Yeah. Oh, what a nasty bullet wound. Wah, wah.
What's that? Wacky war videos or something?
No, that was from the modern pentathlon or something, you know, where you ski and shoot or something. No. Which, by the way, is where I buy all of my items on the way home.
Ski and shoot.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's, we're doing our top 10 list now from the home office. Tonight, the category new names for the reunited Germany. New names for the reunited Germany. Here we go. Number 10, Kegerland. Number 9, Just Plain Volks. Number 8, Siegfried and Roy. Number 7, Aryan Acres. Number 6, Argentina East. Number 5, The Love Shack. Number 4, Nazi-Chusets. Number 3, Switzerland's Badass Neighbor. Number 2, Home of Das Wapper. And the number 1 new name for the reunited Germany, Cindy. There you have it. And also Jan Hook. Hi. How are you? All right, here we go. Thank you so much. I appreciate that random hooting. You know, backup singers, is that right?
That's correct,
Oh,
yes.
great.
We've finally got you backup singers.
Oh, boy, oh, boy. You've seen the work of our next guest each week right here on NBC on Saturday Night Live. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome her back to this program, the funny Jan Hooks. Here she is. Nice to see you. Where are you from originally? What part of the world?
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, that's right. I knew that.
I know you knew. I think
And
we
now-
talked about that last time.
And now you're living here in New York City?
Yeah, barely. Did you hear about this?
Well, sure. Tell me your New York City horror story.
Oh, it's a nightmare. I just found out today, I woke up to the sound of a tinkling telephone. I answered it, and it's my landlord. I have been evicted.
Wow. Now, for what? You have goats in the apartment.
No. I was there illegally.
You were there, I'm sorry?
Illegally.
You were there illegally?
Yeah, but I mean, it happens in New York.
This is like a, let me just guess here, some kind of illegal sublease deal.
If you will.
Yeah.
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
It's about 2 years, and I was very comfortable. And then they called, they found out this new member of the board, they have this thing where the board members have to approve of you. And so we kind of forewent that experience, and I just moved right in.
Now, who are you illegally subletting from?
Well, this guy, I don't want to mention his name.
Yeah, but now is he free and clear on the deal?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, is there any kind of litigation you can pursue him with?
No, not at all. No. I just have to kind of vacate for
Is
a
it
while.
a nice place?
Yeah,
So
it's
you
really
hope to return?
cute. Yeah, I do. And
but-
it just came from out of nowhere. I thought it was.
Yeah, but being illegal, you have no one to blame for this but yourself.
You're right.
Oh, anyway. Well, I hope it works out. You could move in with me in the interim.
Okay.
'Cause-
I won't be the first.
I'm sorry?
I won't be the first, I'm sure.
It's the local chapter of the American Hooting Club in our audience. So how are things going on Saturday Night Live? Great, obviously.
They're going along great, and I have something I'd like to address, actually, because I hear this a lot, and I've had it up to here about the way the women are treated on that show. That the legend,
People seem to think that women are treated well, not so good, not as good as they could.
And I think, and I'm steamed about it. I don't want to hear about it anymore.
So it's your experience that women are treated just fine?
Yeah, they write beautiful. As a matter of fact, I have a clip of some of my work.
Sure.
Just to show you how well we're treated by the writers on
All right,
Saturday
so this will
Night.
put to rest the, is it a rumor, people?
It's a rumor,
okay.
and
Here's
it's
Jan Hooks
absolutely untrue.
being treated well. Take that up to the co-op board and see what happens.
Maybe I just will.
So what have you been doing in your spare time? You own a home now. You bought a house?
I did. I bought a house.
In the area?
No, it's in that Long Island
Out in Long
area.
Island. Is
Yeah.
it fun? Do you like being out there?
It's great. Yeah. It's great. And it's out in the woods, and I have made some, friends with
And when you say
neighbors.
out in the woods, it brings to mind like a lean-to or something? You have
No.
a big sprawling estate, don't you?
Yes.
Wow.
No, I don't. No, it's a cute little house, and I met my neighbors, and I was there like during Christmas, and I thought that I would make the gesture of making banana bread for neighbors.
Very nice.
Thank you.
A nice thing to do.
So I bought 8 pounds of bananas,
Right.
because I thought, I'd never done it before, so I made all this banana bread.
Did the recipe call for 8 pounds of bananas?
I don't think so. Probably not. But I was going to make double, triple, quadruple.
Because you got a lot of neighbors.
Well, yeah, and I just want to be covered. So I did. I made all this banana bread, and by the time I made it, I was too afraid to go and knock on their door, so all this rotting banana bread.
So you never passed it out to the neighbors?
Not really.
Oh, see, that's just a mistake.
Because I just thought, this day and age, when you walk up to somebody and go, "Hi, I'm your new neighbor," you want some banana bread? They might think it had strychnine or something.
Yeah, some sort of cult has come into the neighborhood. Yeah. So what do you do with your time off? Where do you go? Do you travel? Do you?
Well, I've taken to going to spas.
Really?
I'm quite a
Is that a good
spa
thing to do?
woman. Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think it is. Because I don't like to fly, so I like to drive. And if I go, I travel by myself quite a bit. So I figure if you go to a spa, you're taken care of, that somebody will, or either that or you can sit in your, hotel room and watch TV and eat junk food and cheat on the spa diet.
So is it activities nonstop, or like you said, you just sit in your hotel room and do whatever you want?
Pretty much you sit and eat, and then you can go and get wrapped in all of these herbs and seaweed. And
Right.
all
And
this
what's
stuff.
the purpose of that exactly?
You release toxins, David.
So by being wrapped in seaweed, it prevents you from releasing